Hi guys, Vino here and welcome to this Vino Blunt production. Now this is a video I've wanted to do for quite some time. Now a big company, Shout Factory / Screen Factory, have gone ahead and done something that sort of acted as the catalyst, acted as the spark for me to go ahead and record this video now. So what have Scream / Shout Factory done? They've released or are releasing a set called the Mario Bava set. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know what Mario Bava is or who he is, whatever it may be, but the set looks beautiful. The set looks very reminiscent of the Friday the 13th set that they released a few years ago, and I was half considering going for it. It's $179 and whatever cents. I'm going to say $180 just for argument's sake. It's $180 just off the jump. So already it's quite an expensive set. Just for context, both the Friday the 13th and the Halloween set were both around $100 to $120. Obviously, the Halloween set still goes for astronomical prices at the moment, but the Friday the 13th set is still available, and I could go on to Amazon UK right now and buy it for about £80 or $100. So actually, that's quite reasonable for all the films you get in that set. But yeah, I was thinking, oh, that's actually a really nice set and all that kind of stuff. However, not only is it a little overpriced, as some people have said, but what Shout / Screen Factory have gone ahead and done is there's a poster and a booklet that you get in the set, very similar to the booklet you get in the Halloween set. You get a booklet that's behind the scenes stuff, some commentaries and text interviews of producers, actors, crew and cast, whatever it may be. Only the first 1,000 of the 2,500 copies of that set get the poster and the book. The reason why this is a big deal is because over the course of the last however long, I've noticed that companies are really starting to prey on FOMO. Some people have mentioned, such as Serial Midnight Heath from Serial Midnights and other content creators have been mentioning that for years studios have been putting a limited number of box sets out for no reason. Like, I believe the Friday the 13th box set is supposed to be a limited edition. But not only will they put a limited number on a box set, they'll then go ahead and re-release that box set later on without the numbering. I'm trying to think what the box set was, but there's a box set back in the day that I wanted, that I did actually buy, and there was a number, one of 1,000 or 10,000, how many copies it was. They then re-released the set just without numbering on it, and it was actually cheaper than when you first got it. I think it was a Harry Potter set of some description. Studios are targeting FOMO, strongly targeting FOMO at the moment, which is fear of missing out, if you don't know what that acronym stands for. And it's the concept of doing something to drive quick sales, to make people think if they don't buy it now, they're going to miss out in the future. Why on earth would you author 2,500 copies of something and then not put the same content or the same physical stuff in all 2,500 copies of that set? It doesn't make sense to me. There have been many tactics, many strategies, many under the table, I call them, behaviours that studios are starting to exhibit that I, for one, am finding disgusting. The really funny thing with it is right now, well, not right now, but over the last how many years, the BBC have been releasing the Doctor Who The Collection series of Blu-rays, which is a series of Blu-rays for Classic Who. Now, the first wave of releases are a special edition collector's set. The BBC, now they're limited. The BBC have literally said that for every limited edition, there'll be a standard release that will come out, and the standard release will not be, will not be limited. And the reason why they did this is there's a John Pertwee set. I don't know which set it is, which season it is. There's a John Pertwee set that's like over £300 to buy if you wanted to go ahead and buy the collector's edition packaging, because it's now out of print. And the BBC have said they were a limited run. That's fair enough. It's now over £200-300. They've now released the standard edition, or they're going to, or have, I don't know which, standard edition of that set, because they looked... The whole point of Doctor Who The Collection was it was a centralised, standardised way to have all of Classic Who on home media for everybody to buy, basically. Because before then, it was a bunch of DVDs, and I do have the DVDs, some of the DVDs beside me to my right, just down there, actually, and at some point I'll talk about them. But they just had a massive scattering of DVDs all over the place, and some were hard to find, some weren't hard to find. So they came up with The Collection, as they're calling it, in order to sort of give Doctor Who fans or Classic Who fans all of those sets, all of those episodes in one place. And then when they realised, oh yeah, that John Pertwee set is now going for stupid amounts of money, we will release another set. It doesn't have quite as nice packaging, but the contents of the discs are the same. You still get the same booklet, and they still try and recreate as much of the packaging as possible on the standard release. What more could you ask for? And I'm not being funny, but some people out there are no fan of the BBC. They have done some quite questionable things over the last few years. But if the BBC are able to be good people, so to speak, and are willing to be a good company for, home video releases, surely people like Shout Factory and Scream Factory and all that kind of stuff can do. I've got the viewfinder on my watch, by the way. Can do far better than what they're doing. And I've seen so many different examples of very, very strong FOMO type strategies, and it's disgusting, to be honest. It really is disgusting. And I will be honest, it does, in a roundabout way, make me question my membership, if you will, of the DVD, Blu-ray, 4K collecting community. There's even some 4Ks that they're putting out. For instance, Arrow Video put out a fistful of dollars, a few dollars more, and The Good, the Bad, the Ugly on a redone 4K. It was limited. Why was it limited? As far as I'm aware, there's no other way to get hold of that master unless you're willing to pay 50. Actually, they're a bit more expensive now. They're like £100 a pop now, depending on where you get them from. It's ludicrous. I don't know if Arrow Video are going to re-release those on a not so deluxe set. I'll be honest, I don't know if that's something that's coming down the road. But all of this stuff is quite disgusting in a weird way that they're doing this. And it really does make me question. The funny thing with it is, it's the boutique labels that are doing it. Scream Factory used to be considered a boutique label, and now Shout Factory are one of the biggest distributors in the US, if not the world, at this point. And, Arrow Video used to be a lot more niche than they are now, and now they're becoming a lot more mainstream, and they're starting to employ mainstream tactics. Personally, I think it's disgusting. I'm still kind of considering the Mario Bava set, to be honest. But I just wanted to make this video because there's a strong FOMO weaponizing of it going on out there. And I just want people to be aware. I'm sure there are many people that watch my videos and watch other people's videos that are more than intelligent enough to work out that these kind of tactics are being employed. But if you're not aware, I'm here to tell you they're definitely being employed. and just watch this space. You know, be careful. No company is your friend. Never consider a company your friend, because at the end of the day, they're there for the dollar, for the bottom line, which is profit at the end of the day. And if they can cause a load of, frenzied geeks to purchase something very quickly that they later regret or sits on the shelf gathering dust, just so they can be one of the 1,000 people to get the poster and the booklet in a particular set, they'll go ahead and do it. Until next time, guys, please take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-ra.